Everybody is suddenly talking about SpaceX. Investors are excited, the internet is buzzing, and many people are already asking, how can I invest? But before you rush into any hype whatsoever, let's slow down a bit and understand what exactly is really happening. Because smart investing is not about being excited, it's basically about understanding. And without that understanding, you'll find yourself making wrong financial decisions. So if you're wondering what is this SpaceX that Elon Musk and his team have been talking about, then you've gotten to the right place, and I'm going to tell you what I know about it. But first of all, we're going to talk about why are people excited about this. Now, SpaceX is one of the most talked about companies in the world currently. There's so many advertisements going on about it, trying to sell the IPO. That is the initial public offer, more or less like buying shares into the company. So people are excited basically because of Elon Musk influence. It's a very innovative idea, and space technology is pretty exciting to people. And of course, the possibility of a massive growth potential. And naturally, when people hear words like IPO, which is initial public offer, when people hear words like shares, when people hear words like investing, they immediately think or look at it as a juicy opportunity. Now, first of all, what an IPO actually means. Let me just share the basics with you in case you don't know or you've never heard about it or you know something about it but you're not sure of what exactly it is. I'm going to simplify this for you. An IPO simply means initial public offering, or some people call it initial public offer. And that's when a private company offers shares to the public for the first time. So, in simple terms, instead of ownership staying with a few people, regular investors like you and I can now buy into the shares, buy into the organization, and also become part owners of the company or organization, basically whatever it is that they are into. Okay, and of course, it means that you are eligible for dividends if profits are declared, and also eligible to share in the loss if loss is declared. So it goes either way. Now, what is the reality most people ignore? The problem is that many people don't invest because they understand how the company works, what it is about. They've not done any research about the organization. They have practically no information, so they're just investing blindly. Just because it's called an IPO or stock or shares, they rush in to go and buy. So they just simply invest, of course, which is another reason people invest because everyone is excited about it. There's so much buzz. This is called emotional investing, and it's really the wrongest strategy when you want to invest because you must be logical and clear headed when you want to spend your money for an investment. And emotional investing can be really dangerous. Now, what are the dangers of hype investing? This is exactly what hype investing does. It creates urgency, it creates what we call FOMO, fear of missing out, and it also forces pressure on people to act quickly. In many cases, act without weighing the pros and the cons, that is the advantages and the disadvantages. And when people invest without understanding, risk rises, panic increases, and mistakes increase. So my basic advice for you as a smart investor, more or less like smart investor lessons, is what should a smart investor actually focus on? So, and like I say most of the times, the first thing you need to do is to research. You need to know everything possible to know about the company, audits, kind of like find out what have they been achieving in the past, which gives you an idea of how the present and the future will possibly be. After researching, you now have to look at it long term. is this investment or this organization going to actually still exist 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? Because you really don't want to lose everything you've invested in, and I mean, while investing. So you have to think long term, you have to research. Now, another aspect to this that smart investors are supposed to do, and you and I should actually take note of, is risk management. Find out what are the risks. What is the worst possible thing that could ever happen if you invest $100, $500, $1,000, or even $1,000,000? What is the worst possible thing that can happen? And what is the best possible thing that can happen? This is basically what risk management is all about. Now, another very important thing if you want to be smart about investing is understanding what you are buying. Do you have any idea about what you're buying? What is it used for? Is it a product? Is it a service? How does it work? What you need to understand what it's about so that even when you're investing and you're listening to the news or you get any information or data, it can help you to make an informed decision. Because investing is not gambling, it's not the same thing. Gambling most times moves into loss, but when you're investing and investing with wisdom, investing wisely, investing after researching and managing your risk, then you will not lose your money. And even if, God forbid, anything happens, you will not lose as much as ideally somebody who is ignorant would lose. Because not every trending opportunity is a good opportunity for you. So let me just leave you with this. Hype can attract attention, but knowledge builds wealth. So this video is not about telling you what to buy or what not to buy, because I mean this SpaceX of a thing is trending everywhere. It's basically about teaching you how to think before you invest, because smart investors don't follow noise. They follow understanding. So calm down, think about it, look at the risk, basically do your research and see if it's something that is worth spending your money on. Or you could possibly wait for other people to invest and see if the rewards will be good enough. Give it some time and then you can also invest. And even if you have to start small, right? Manage your risk. And then later, if you feel it's doing so well, then you can, of course, obviously, invest more. Okay, so would you invest in a company because it's trending or because you truly understand it? I'd like you to comment, tell me what you think about it, what you know about this SpaceX, if you have any information about it, in the comment section. I'm sure people want to know more about it. If you have any other information, is it something I think would be good? Is it going to be long term? Will it survive the test of time? And just because it is somehow connected to Elon Musk, is it something that's actually going to be really profitable for regular investors and not just the rich people? Now, this video is basically for educational purposes only and not financial advice. At the end of the day, if you want to invest in SpaceX or not, the final decision is dependent on you. So I'm waiting to hear from you in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.